scumbag.
Bad sports. His father was alive today.
Yep. Woo! Yeah! Yeah!
Any winners? Not yet.
So,
Hi.
did you get a chance to look at it?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, you're always busy.
It's not very clear.
Yeah, no. I think it was filmed like on an older cell phone or whatever.
Yeah, so it's not very clear, but the audio is,
It's very
It's
clear.
very clear.
Yeah.
and I think the goal of it all, what they're saying, is to have it on Facebook, so they are looking for attention.
Yeah, well, I know that I can't confirm it. It just ended up on Facebook via a community member's personal Facebook site. And then, right away, Monday morning, I guess the day after it was posted, or even that night, it started filling up the news feed with share, and community members were reacting. Mohawk TV, actually, we only got wind of it the next day when we got calls at the office and things like that. And it was Labor Day. So, we got emailed and stuff like that, and people just reacting to the video. So finally I went on Mohawk TV's news feed, and there it was. It was probably on my personal news feed, but so.
But that's the whole point, is that when they film that, they are saying, like I'm saying, the video is not clear, but the audio is that this is for Facebook, this is to let people know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it was very negative, so I guess I haven't seen any reaction on Facebook.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, I don't know, I'm not on that much, so.
Well, I think most of the reaction happened in the days or hours following the post. A lot of people posted, their thoughts. They felt offended, or
All right, so let's tell everybody
lack of
what's
respect.
going on.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
there's a video that's on different people's Facebook pages, community members, showing, I guess he's the manager, Kerry Goodleaf, burning a banner of the Indians, the opposite team, because we had two Ganawage teams in the President's Cup this year,
Yeah.
winning 2 medals.
yeah, which was awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a great rivalry all season,
Yeah.
actually last year too. But at the end of it all, we're hosting President's Cup, big feather in our cap. We look
Yeah.
awesome on the national lacrosse stage. And then at the end, we have this,
Yeah.
comes down to a little bit of negativity, like a shadow at the end of it, where everything else was just 100% positive.
Well, and I think that was the thing. I mean, Kerry Goodleaf, Greg Horn, and all the other organizers, they really did do a fantastic job. I was there all week taking pictures, and I seen how much hustle they were involved in. It was well organized. People enjoyed the event. The games were packed. I mean, if you were there, it was like you were there. You were sweaty. It was hot. It was worth it.
It was smelly.
It was so action packed. It was great. It was organized well. And yeah, for sure, to have two Ganawage teams head into the finals, across Canada, it's a very big deal.
Just hosting the event, that's what I'm saying.
Hosting the event,
It went off really well. So hats off to Kerry for organizing it. But now why this, So what happens is in the video, they're burning the banner and they're cursing them out and calling out. And mind
Saying
you,
things
if
that
you've
are-
only seen this video, you don't know what's gone on in the rivalry
Yeah.
between these two teams for how many seasons now.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that what
And
we're
there
seeing.
is a big rivalry.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the audience to this video only is seeing only one side. So just don't forget that you're only seeing one side of the story.
Yeah.
So there's probably a lot of, what he said before, he said this, he called me down, we call each other down, it keeps going on and on and on.
Yeah.
But to want to post that, you're looking for the attention, and it's negative attention. So you're gonna get it. So that's why all these people are now thinking that he's a bad guy.
He did make an apology via Facebook, and also from what I understand, he made an apology to the public on K103.
Okay,
So
following like the whole wrap up of
the President's Cup, and then the whole wrap up of the incident. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that we've contacted him on Facebook and asked him to comment on the overall tournament and obviously the video. I said, I'm sure you can understand that we've been contacted.
maybe there were celebrations in order and they got out of
Yeah.
hand. This rivalry went a little too far. But
yeah.
take the high road. You did win the silver medal. You always got to be the host, the proper host, and
Yeah.
you know, oh well, no matter. It's your name. Your actions speak for that.
Exactly, and I think the public is definitely
Always gonna
hold him in that.
criticize.
Yeah, they're going to criticize, but they're also going to hold the people and individuals in those positions to those standards.
Yep.
So. One of the other things too is there a press release that came out this week regarding the Turtle Island Theater Company, and that Community Services is suspending their program. They're under I guess they're trying
Examination?
to examination.
'Cause it's
Yeah,
not
they don't-
investigation.
It's not investigation. It's not like
Okay.
they're But in the press release, they go on to say that it's for 120 days. Mohawk TV is going to be doing a story on it for the following week, which is next week, and talking to everybody involved, trying to figure out what's going on. But from the press release, it sounds like they want them to determine the roles and responsibility and lines of accountability between the drama project, the KSCS drama project, and the Turtle Island Volunteer Fundraising Committee. In addition, since there was a community health plan that said that mental health issues needed to be focused on, how does the drama project do that?
Okay, so this press release you're talking about comes from KSCS.
Yeah,
Okay, so they're looking at their own projects.
yeah.
Okay, so how did this come to light?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's under their own, or is it's the fundraising issue? Because if you're raising money, you have to qualify
Yeah.
to be raising money for that. It can't be for
Yeah,
profit.
because-
It's got to be nonprofit.
Exactly,
There's certain standards you have to meet.
Yeah, and I know they say in their press release that the drama project is funded through the Brighter Futures initiative, so which focuses on the mental health, but also it's nonprofit. So if they have this other side of their company, the fundraising committee and things like that, how are they? And I think that's what maybe they're saying needs to be clarified. So we're going to get a lot more details and have some more information for the
Right.
community.
So Turtle Island Theater, they run the summer group. They run
various drama
shows
camps
all
and
year
shows,
for
yeah.
adults as well as
Yeah, musical
kids.
entertainers,
right.
things like that.
Everybody falls under the
Obviously,
umbrella
yeah.
of Turtle Island Theater.
Yeah. They
Okay.
offer a lot of valuable
Yes, they do.
programming for the community, especially for the kids and families who are involved.
So
in
are
it.
we expecting to see nothing then out of them for 4 months, or is that there's not fundraising for 4 months? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question.
Okay.
And also, how does we've seen some reaction via Facebook, and there's been a page called Save Turtle Island Theater,
Wow.
where people are commenting, talking about how much love that they have for the company, and they want to see it go further. Clearly, so.
This is what I'm asking: is they're suspending the whole
program.
thing,
That's what it sounds like.
or
at this
just
point.
fundraising activities?
No, it says the program.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, it says it is with great regret that KSCS had to suspend the operations of its drama project effective immediately.
Okay, so KSCS though oversees what goes on at Turtle Island Theater, because Turtle Island Theater, I understand, is quite independent.
I
Or is
think
it
there
due to the
could-
fact that they fundraise? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. This is what we're going to get to the bottom of.
okay.
So, aside from that, on another note, back to school.
Back to school.
It's always exciting and a little hectic.
Yeah, and the more interesting Facebook stuff.
Yeah.
What I really liked, what I saw was Ronnie Stacy is posting videos of people going through the stop signs while his kids are waiting to
Yeah,
get on and off
yeah.
the bus.
Yep.
Bravo.
Yeah, no, and I mean he's got a good point there because just down where I live, and you always see a lot of those posts happening on Facebook where people are speeding through the community. They're not even stopping at the stop signs. I mean, I know personally that I've contacted the peacekeepers and about my street and said it's crazy.
There are
on
certain streets
veterans.
that are worse than others, such as his, because there's
Yeah.
that big giant hill, and then in your area
Yeah.
as well, you have 2 quick stops here.
Yeah.
But people are walking. There's apartments. It's
Yeah, and sometimes
back
they
to
come
school's
around
always like
that
that.
corner like there's absolutely no stop sign there.
That's true.
Just, you know what I
That's
mean?
true.
It's like a blind spot, and
Yep.
yeah.
The last thing I wanted to talk about too, speaking of roads, is OCR. Find out for me what's going on in my neighborhood. It's torn up, and seems to be left like that. Apparently, I heard they're out of money and they're not going to finish it. I can't leave it like that.
Really? Oh, see, I didn't hear that, but I will get on it.
All right,
I'm gonna-
as I know you will.
Yeah, I'll call Joe Delarone today and ask him for the 411.
On the OCR, please.
On the OCR,
We
please.
want it like the 207 ASAP.
Well, you guys may have to wait like the 207 residents did. No.
For years, for 50 years, I'm going to wait for my road to get fixed.
Okay, girl. All right.
Have
so
a good
I
day.
will talk to you later. You too.
Anna,
Okay, Anna.
hi.
This program has been brought to you by Get and Go, a proud sponsor of Mohawk TV programming. Okay, so today I'm standing here with Chief Carl Horn from the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake, and we have a new series that's starting on Mohawk TV where we're going to be interviewing our local chiefs from within the Mohawk Council, just checking in with them, seeing what they're doing, and we're inviting the general public to send us questions via Mohawk Hotmail, at our Hotmail account, at mohawktv@hotmail.com. And we're starting off with Carl Horn today, and people are going to be able to ask any question they want, hopefully, and putting our chiefs on the spot. Anyways, so Carl, thanks for coming today. And one of the things that I know that we had talked about months ago was that you had made a proposal to the community decision-making process in terms of a zero tolerance law here in Kahnawake. Now, we know that this law was put forth years and years ago. Not that it's a law per se, but maybe you can give us an update. And I was surprised not to see any more media on this.
Yeah, I was surprised too because obviously I've been in council now for 4 years, and right from day one I felt that being a former police officer, that a drug issue in our community is at probably the worst state than I can probably say over the last 20-30 years. I mean, just look at the recent break-ins. My experience as a police officer, that's probably related to the drug issue, where individuals, obviously towards the end of the month, people getting their checks the first of each month. Mm-hmm. It's not a coincidence that it's towards middle of the month, towards the end of the month, that a lot of these break-ins are happening. Obviously, these individuals need the funds to feed their drug habit, and it's now it's pouring into regular crew members out there where the crime rate is rising. And like I said before, the 4 years that I've been in council now, the drug issue is a very touchy subject in our community. Mm-hmm. What I did was I was following the community decision-making process in regards to the anti-tobacco that our young community member had submitted, following it closely and see how many community members showed up to that actual hearing. And I felt that, okay, if an anti-tobacco law could be submitted, I submitted an I guess you could say, drug zero tolerance in our community. I know it was done in the past. I know it's a criminal code situation and there's already something on the books, but I wanted to gauge the community on how they felt about from zero tolerance rate to banishment. Mm-hmm. I mean, you just look at the zero tolerance sign here. What does it mean? It's not worth the wood that it's written on. The zero tolerance in our community.
It's actually kind of shameful that it's just sitting here at this point when, there was elders and other community members who have took the time to do that. And what does it say about our community?
Like I said, it's a shame. And I speak to a lot of elders on various issues, from membership to housing to the drug issue to land stuff. And they're frustrated. I can see sometimes they get emotional. They have tears in their eyes, wondering. It's getting to the point where we can't even leave never mind our homes unlocked, our vehicles unlocked without being afraid of getting robbed. Mm-hmm. And to me, it all ties to the drug issue in our community. As a council now, we have to do something about it. There was 2 things that I submitted to the council table, but I'm not going to say it was brushed aside, mm-hmm. but there was very little support for it, to be quite honest with you.
Why do you think that is, though? I mean, isn't the Mohawk Council interested in getting the drug issue under control in this community?
I don't know with your new show, to be honest with you, I'm hoping community members ask each individual council chief what do they feel about the drug issue. I'm only one chief and I've been there for 4 years and I've been vocal on it, and I'm asking pressure from the community to the elected officials. There's 12 of us sitting there, we're making good money. The 12 of us sitting there together combined is probably making $15,000 a week just in salary. And it's time we have to start making some progress in this community, especially with the drug issue. And I'm only one individual, one voice. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do my best. Whether it has, go to schools, speak vocal about it. Like I said, there was 2 things that I submitted to the council table. One was a declaration just before school was out, when summer was about to begin for our children, that obviously school's out, that's when the time they're out most of the time here at the quarry, and I felt that as a council table we should release some sort of declaration to the community. I hate to say it, that fell on deaf ears too. I was told to wait, let's have a work plan first and wait. It's frustrating, to be quite honest with you. I'm hoping now with these break-ins and stuff that happened recently, I'm sure it's tied to the drug issue, and now it's the community to approach each council member and say, listen, we have a drug issue in our community, how are we going to deal with it? To me, we put more time, energy, money, resources in the last 18 months into the casino, as well as the education issue. We talked more about that, spent more money, more time, like I said, on the casino issue and a volunteer board. And it's frustrating because a lot of crew members are asking me about this drug issue and what the council table is going to do about it. But I'm only one person sitting there.
Well, I know that, a couple months ago we had interviewed the Grand Chief Mike DeLille, and in the past he has made, public statements in wanting to create some kind of board, if you will, to deal with the social issues in the community. I don't know where that stands. Haven't heard or seen anything at this point. But there does seem to, be some interest from other council members in regards to the growing social problems. And I mean, I did get a confirmation from the peacekeepers that they too felt that it was drug related, all the recent break-ins, just because of the way that things were done so quickly, and maybe there was more than one person operating. So I mean, your intuition and obviously your experience as a police officer, has served you well. But the issue still remains, is what is the Mohawk Council doing about these issues? And through you, through other chiefs, through other community members, it's a big growing concern. And as a media, we do have the right to question our public officials. We want to know what you're doing, and it's the public's right to know, and that's what journalism is all about. So I thank you for coming here, but at the same time, you are only one council chief. So what's the table going to do? Like, where did it go? It has not been brought up again, or?
No, obviously with the summer break, I brought it up probably, I couldn't give you an exact date, sometime late spring, early summer, when I knew that kids were finishing school, and I felt as a council now we should release some sort of declaration to the community. I know it's only words, but at least it's something. It's something coming from the council table, the elected officials. I mean, just a year ago we released a declaration on the casino issue. There was a declaration that was released by the council table. So I don't understand what the issue was, where as a council table we could have released a declaration to the community. It's been done in the past, whether it be to return to a traditional government, to unite our community. I just felt, being that it was towards the beginning of summer, as a council we should issue some sort of declaration to the community. And to be honest with you, it fell on the wayside. There was very little support for it. And that's your job and community members out there to ask each individual council member why, and they can give you an answer why. And it's frustrating for me because just look at what zero tolerance in our community means. It's frustrating for me, and I'm hoping to get more support, whether it be at the council table or in the community, in regards to this very important issue, because it affects a lot of lives in this community,
Right.
Whether it be children right up to adults, and a lot of lives are getting ruined. Nobody knows that. just ride around with a peacekeeper for a month, and you'll see some of the effects the drug issue has in our community.
Oh, by far. I mean, obviously there's a drug issue in the community. I think everybody can agree on that. Now, what are we going to do about it? It's not just up to the Mohawk Council or community members, but as our political leaders, I think it's important to make some kind of statement. And right now, just standing here in front of the zero tolerance sign, you know, I don't know what that says about our community. I even seen a recent post on Facebook regarding this sign and people discussing it and saying, you know, look where we are.
It's a joke. It's the zero tolerance right now in the community is a joke, and I'm not afraid to say it because I see a lot of young kids, their lives are ruined right up to an adult, like I said earlier, and it's frustrating. It's just where's our community headed? We have to make a drastic change, and I'm only here guaranteed for 2 more years, and whether I get re-elected or not, I want to be able to look back at my time sitting at the table and saying that I have no regrets. And to me, the drug issue, I said it right from 2009 when I first got elected, that's one of the major issues that we have to address as a community. And I'm afraid to say that I'm failing maybe at that level. I'll be the first to admit it. I went to schools, releasing statements, going on media. It's falling on deaf ears, and I know the drug issue, it's a hard issue to tackle, but I'm not going to give up. I don't want to see any more family lives ruined or wasted talent, because we have a lot of talent in this community among our youth, and I'm just hoping to reach out to one individual and say, you know what, I was able to stay away from the drug issue and make a better life for myself, because like I said, I always said the biggest message I have is whether you have little brothers or little sisters or little younger cousins, they're looking up to you, and you want to make sure you make the right choices.
Okay, well, we're going to put it out to the Mohawk Council now here too as a media, and also want to hear what the community has to say. Is what is the leadership in Kahnawake doing about the drug problem, and what would the community like to see happen here in terms of zero tolerance law? Should it go through the community decision making process? And we can all weigh in. Send us your feedback and your comments to mohawktv@hotmail.com. or leave us a message at 632-9449. You don't have to leave your name or your number, just your comments. Okay, so moving on, if we're done with that.
Yep.
Okay, one of the issues that I brought to you and council months ago was the situation with the parks. You know, I had taken my children on the tour of the parks, and we went to Maddie's, which is one of the nicer ones, including the one here at the service complex that you helped to get done. But the other ones are kind of shameful in a sense. They're really dangerous. There's a lot of liability, especially the one at the cemetery, maybe Alwyn's old park. It was like, you know, any children under a specific age cannot play on those apparatuses, if you will. So we're going to head over to the park near K103 and we'll pick it up there.
All right, fine. I'll see you then.
Okay. This program has been brought to you by Get and Go, a proud sponsor of Mohawk TV programming. Well, we're here at the second location now, and tailing on from the previous interview. One of the issues is the parks, and I know that that's part of your portfolio, and you know, it's not just myself in terms of, you know, addressing park safety and the issues that are in the community, but there are a lot of concerned parents, and I believe that over the years there have been parents who've tried to spearhead a project here around K103 also to get a park that was suitable for younger children. So I know that you're in line with this. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously, the playground near the arena, it was a lot of hard work by a lot of people, but like at the time, I want to thank once again the tobacco industry who donated probably 90% of the money to build that playground there. And now they're starting to clear it, and it's becoming a huge success. They'll have hopefully some nice picnic tables there, and maybe barbecue and barbecues. Like I said, it's for the parents of soccer and lacrosse and field lacrosse, and for anybody to
100%, yeah.
for anybody to go there. Then we moved on to the
If I
one.
could just touch on that
Yeah.
really quickly. When you said that 90% of the funds came from the tobacco industry, which is really great, but doesn't the Mohawk Council have a budget for parks and recreation and upkeep?
Yeah, obviously there's money there, but it's earmarked for other programs that they feel is more important, which at times I disagree with. And I'll go on the record as saying right here today in September, I won't approve the budget or sign the budget, the upcoming budget, unless there's money put aside for the playgrounds in town, especially the one here.
I don't think this is classified as a playground.
No, it's not. I mean, we have a nice bike path here, and like I said, there's the lacrosse rink here, and a lot of parents bring their kids to watch their brother or sister play, and they really don't have nothing to do. And like I said, for the record, I won't sign the budget, the upcoming budget, or approve of the upcoming budget unless there's money put aside for a new playground here. Obviously, there's 12 chiefs sitting there, and for the budget to pass, you need 7. So obviously, they're going to get that. But as a matter of principle, it's time for the community to see some results with the money that we're spending, rather than the majority of the money going just to salary. The people want to see something tangible. They want to see some results, and it's time to get a new playground here. I'm going to try and fundraise as much as possible from here on to spring, and hopefully come late spring, early summer. My goal is to have a new playground here because, like I said, it's important. We have the bike path right here, and the kids that come play lacrosse, their younger brothers, sisters don't really have anything. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a lot of fundraising, hopefully with the same individuals that helped out the last time. But like I said, the council has to play a role too. We're getting money for sports and recreation that's put aside, and I'm hoping to get more funds to build a nicer playground right here in this area. I only have 2 years left in the term, and this is one of my goals, finishing out the term, is to have a new playground right here in this area.
Now, when you say they get money for sports and recreation, is that the sports and recreation unit that would handle this, or where's the money come from?
That would fall under sports and recreation. Any parks and stuff like that would fall under sports and recreation. But to me, it's the community as a whole, regardless of what unit it is. I mean, we're talking about our children here that need a safe place to play, and obviously this is, in my opinion, not. It's a little dangerous for kids to be climbing up on something like this and falling, and I'm hoping to get a nice playground like the one we have at the arena.
Right. Now, what about the other parks? And it's a really interesting initiative that you want to bring forward here. And I think a lot of parents would appreciate having a decent park in this area, especially with all the activity that goes on here at the lacrosse rink. But just like you mentioned, the bike path and things like that. But what about the other parks in the community? I know there's some that are really outdated, and isn't Mohawk Council worried at all about liability or injury? Because if you look at them, it's pretty archaic. Like, I think we may have played on them when we were kids. That's
It's just
30, 40 years ago.
It's hard because there's Kahnawake is growing. We have the new Lot 106 area, and I think after the one that was built at the arena, I felt it was important to have one over there. For the kids there, because there's a lot of younger families, a new generation. Somewhat a small town within a town, and obviously Tech Services was able to find money within their budget to build a nice playground out there. And we have to take one location at a time. Right. And to me, the next most important location is here because of the nice bike path we have. There's a lot of crew members that are on this bike path with their children in the summertime, but more importantly, the rink. Now there's 2 rinks. And a lot of kids who are practicing and their siblings can come and hopefully play on a nice playground. Like I said, that's my goal for the next, hopefully next year, is to get another playground here. But I won't be able to do it without a lot of the help from the community out there. The same individuals I'm hoping that help with the one at the arena, because that's a beautiful one, and look what it turned into now. I mean, they're starting to clear it, and it's a beautiful area now, hopefully with some playground, with some picnic tables and some barbecues, and just to make it more happy friendly for the families in our community.
Right. Well, that's a great initiative. Good luck with that. Okay, so I wanted to just talk really quickly about electoral reform, and I know that there's the law that has been, I don't know if it's in community decision-making process now or it's starting to go through.
It's not going through the hearings yet. Obviously, there's more pressing issues that are going to go through first. Whether it gets done this term, I'm not sure. But like I said, there's pressing issues on the table that have to be addressed first by the community. But like I said,
I think membership is probably an important one.
Yeah, and MRI law. So, like I said, there's some issues that are pressing. Whether that gets in this term, I'm not sure. But if people recall, I had stated 2-3 years ago, my first term, that I agree that the council table should go down from 12 chiefs to 9, and to be honest, we even go to 6. With the budget restraints and the financial restraints in our community, there's 12 of us sitting there right now, making over $15,000 a week salary, with little progress, especially with this term. We've been in council for a year now, and I got to be honest with you, I don't think much has been accomplished. That's my opinion. Chiefs might have a different opinion.
Well, I know that through social media, and then just being out in the community too as a journalist, I've heard that was one of the things that people are discussing, is the possibility of downsizing the chiefs, the council members, and it seemed like there was favor towards it. And also, when you say, well, it's your opinion, well, you are a political figure, and people expect you to have an opinion, and they expect all the rest of chief and council to have an opinion. So, I mean, this is what politics is all about in Kahnawake, and we appreciate you coming on. And we're like I said, we are starting a new initiative at Moai TV to put all of council, if they will, on not the spot, but to keep the community updated on what's going on. So again, we appreciate you coming on. And is there anything else you'd think?
Yeah, just one quick thing. I want to give a message to the community. Obviously, everybody's aware of the resurfacing of the 207. It's going to be paved over the next week or 2 weeks. I'm asking community members to be cautious. Obviously, when there's new paving, people think it's a racetrack. It's personal for me because I have 2 sons that are driving. But not only that, there's a lot of community members that are on that road, family, and I'm asking community members to respect the speed limit. Obviously, it's 50, and I have enough common sense to know that very few people go 50 on that road, including myself. I'm guilty of that. But I'm asking community members to be safe on that road, not to use it as a racetrack. There's a lot of young families, young drivers, crew members that are on that road, and I'm asking community members please to be cautious when driving on that road. Just because it's paved doesn't mean it's a racetrack now.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, to be mindful, but also it seems like it's also a positive thing, seeing as how much work needed to be done on the 207, right?
Yep.
And I'm sure residents are feeling a little bit more happy with having a road that seems more drivable.
Yeah, every community member that lives out there I spoke to about the issue, they're very happy with the way things are going. It's been resurfaced, but their main concern is now the speed issue. Because once it's paved, people think it's a racetrack, and they're going to be flying. Yeah. And I'm just asking community members just to please be cautious and be safe on that road.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate that.
Anytime.
Okay. You're watching Our Town here. I'm Regan Jacobs, signing off. Hope you enjoyed the program.
Kanya ke haga thadi adraste kayerniga hiadu zewaderoru.